All right, tonight on News 5, the investigative team has learned dozens of families in Colorado Springs closing on new homes, only to move in, find out the home isn't finished.
As Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Ross discovered, the supply chain shortage during the pandemic is leaving homeowners frustrated with few answers. Eric.
Rob and Diane, good evening. You may be wondering, how bad is this issue? Well, Covington Homes says it's not improving. In fact, they say the supply chain issue has only worsened. Meanwhile, the Housing and Building Association also says the supply chain is an ongoing problem. As for Classic Homes, they said they're now having to tell its new customers they may be closing on a home that's missing cabinets or doors. Classic has even assembled a backorder team to address problems they say are not unique to this market. Johnny Lanigan is frustrated. He closed on his Colorado Springs home last year, and he is still waiting on cabinets.
My biggest beef is there's no answer. There's no direct date of when my cabinet doors are going to be here.
Johnny says he closed on his home, signing off on the final walkthrough, believing the materials would come in a few weeks. But weeks turned into months.
And the only answer I get is they'll show up when they show up.
Classic Homes president Joe Loydault says he's well aware of Johnny's issues and says that as of March, there's about 80 or so homes missing parts.
The cabinet company, I talk with them on a regular basis. We've tried everything to try to get cabinet doors here. The bottom line is if they don't have the cabinet doors, they can't send them. They were at one point 13,000 doors short across the country. And this is not just a local issue, this is a national issue. And it's not just this cabinet company. We've looked at other cabinet companies thinking, okay, well, we'll just switch cabinet companies. They're all in the same boat.
He says he understands Johnny's frustrations and says his company is doing everything it can to provide updates to Johnny and other homeowners as shipments of backordered items arrive.
We didn't know these cabinet parts are going to be missing when we sold those houses back that closed last fall.
Loydault says all of its customers will be taken care of. He adds that Classic Homes is the largest home builder in El Paso County, pushing out 600 to 700 new homes every year. He says customer satisfaction is important, and like other businesses, they're feeling the heat.
We have lots of shortages. We have appliances that we don't seem to get on time. We have certain garage doors that we can't seem to get on time. Entry doors, I've heard, are going to become a new problem for us. We're on a 20% allocation of what we need. So we're constantly trying to find enough parts and pieces to get the houses to the finish line. And the homes that we sell today, we tell the customers, we don't know what we may be missing when your house closes, because that's 7 or 8 months from now.
Johnny says he is not looking for conflict. He simply wants to warn potential home buyers in this market to use caution when closing on a home that's not complete.
I'm not here to harm the company. I just want my cabinet doors. We love the house. I think Classic is a reputable company, and I would buy another home again, but I'd never buy a home again unless it's complete.
And we do have some good news to report this evening. After we spoke with Johnny and Classic Homes, the majority of Johnny's cabinets have since arrived and have been installed. Now, he's still waiting on a few additional items, but Classic Homes says Johnny and all of its homeowners will be taken care of.
Definitely some good news there, but for homeowners who may be up against a closing deadline and their house still isn't done, what options do they have there?
Yeah, according to Realtor.com, most closing dates are open to negotiation, but some are set in stone, so you'll need to check your contract. Also, it's important that during your final walkthrough before closing, if you notice something missing or incomplete work on your house, that's the time to put everything in writing. So there's a list of documented items. We cannot stress the importance enough that if you notice something's missing, put it in writing. That way there is no issue or discrepancy when you go back to the home builder and say, hey, I'm missing a door, or, hey, I'm missing 15 cabinets.
Yep, you are the king of putting it in writing, Eric, so good
I
advice
put
for sure.
everything in writing, and you know, it's not just my advice, that's the advice coming from the State Attorney General's office as well as the Better Business Bureau.
And I had some remodeling done. We're still waiting some things to be replaced. We did our remodeling last summer, so I think for folks who aren't necessarily buying a new home, if you're getting remodeling done too, there's also a backlog in those kind of parts.
It's an issue affecting not just home buyers, but builders.
Right, absolutely. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks.
Alan?
And ahead of